can you clarify for me, please? By your window? Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, me too, Phoenix. Me too. Hey, guys! Zack here. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So, in the last episode, we met our witness. He's an old man. He's senile. He doesn't remember who he is. And also, he might be involved in the DL6 incident. He might have been the guy who killed, Edgeworth Sr., actually. So, that's what we're going into. He might be the guy who killed Edgeworth's dad, but we don't really know for sure because, as I said, he's gone senile. Presumably because of the incident, but he knows about the L6 at the very least. Or at least his parent does. It'll make a lot more sense when we're actually in it. Alright. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And he's got nothing. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karmer, your opening statement. Very well, no opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end in 3 minutes from now. That's a pretty bold statement to be making. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? Yes! He's the judge! If he didn't, he wouldn't be doing his job very well. It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness. My decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. I don't think he's gonna get us any information. He's very senile. Witness, state your profession. Yeah, this isn't going to go well at all. I am the proprietor of the restaurant Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. Yeah. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions to cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will still state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor? The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. Ah, that would be why. Well, he can't recall, you're saying? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Alright. Fair enough. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? This is going to be interesting. To say the least. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Oh, Jesus. There's nothing to question in my witness's testimony. He didn't even specify who we saw. There's everything to question about. No need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Pushy? Yes. Mr. Wright? Cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. He's pissed. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. That's not fishy at all. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. That's fine. I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Can you clarify for me, please? By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add to your testimony. Kiss. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, me too, Phoenix. Me too. The man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Okay. I should probably push everything to make sure I have all the information. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about today. Fair enough. I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Jesus. Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly. I did. Yep. You see? Continue. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Alright. I want to make sure I got all the information. And where did the bang seem to come from? He's half asleep. From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. Yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. When did you say that? Are you sure? No. Dad! Oh, jeez. Rolling out the D word. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Well, this is a problem. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Did he? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Oh, jeez. Nick! I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick, or this trial is going to be over. If I raise an objection... If I wait and see what happens, it's going to end the trial, isn't it? I'll raise an objection. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. Ah, jeez. Judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Push it further, I think. I don't know. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have not yet to realize that even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. Or not. He's passed out. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. Okay, it's still playing out, though. Which means I didn't screw it up. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Well, crap. I did screw it up. Okay. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Crap. Wait! Okay, never mind. Who was just that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you just gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it till just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? Well, we got a solution. The gunshot. I heard it too. The order? What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot. That night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something you said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I just can't sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I testify. Let me testify. Well. Order. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. Trial is over. Nick! This is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth is just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. Karma, shut up! Nobody likes you. Especially me. The verdict cannot be overturned. This has got to be an interesting rest of the trial. The verdict's already been cast, so what else is there to talk about? Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Alright, well, at least we got a solution. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for 5-minute recess. After all, we will hear this new witness. Oh, after that. Okay, never mind. I can't read! Court is adjourned. For now, at least. December 27th, 10:28 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Okay, well, so now we have to... Larry has to testify. That was too close. Sorry for keeping you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Fair enough! Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night. Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right, alright. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth? Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right? Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one out for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so Von Karma isn't even prepared for what's about to happen now. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. He doesn't know what to do. Look how baffled he was! Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Alright, Larry, tell us what happened. That night, I was out on a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There are no way to go but for... Nick. Alright. That night, I was out on a boat on the lake. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out to the boat. By the time everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were we out on the boat in such a late hour? I was looking for something and I found it. We know exactly what this is. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. Okay. So I quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. Around what time was that? Oh, well, let's see. I figure I was searching for about an hour. I guess it was around midnight. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? I'm interested. Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was a real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this entire case. Yeah. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. What do we got? Wait, I think I know what it is. Let's hope this works. That's it! Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lawhart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention to all as to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Oh, Jesus. Larry! Mr. Butts? What? You only heard one gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude. With my headphones. What? God damn it, Larry! Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. Fair enough. I do not accept this witness, nor his shy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yes. Because if I let Larry walk off the stage, that's it. If he's off the stands, that's it. Game over. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony, and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't, if it were be anywhere the way out of this, believe me. Alright, what Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem is here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. This is going to suck. It really is. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. So, you turned on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve? Alone? I shouldn't have said anything. Ah, poor Larry. To an all-request show on the radio, see? Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? I mean, this has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? Was listening to it real booming loud like. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? What did the DJ say? What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease this pointless questions. What possibly good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't? Ask. Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Well, I didn't think that was gonna work. Just when I said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard that gunshot. Huh. Alright. Wait. Wait. This was taken after. There we go. That's it. Found it. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. There's something the matter, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The judge just said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see just what time on the photo was taken when the gun triggered Mr. Hart's camera. Miss Hart. 12:25:015. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Meaning, I found the path forward. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? He's trying to dismiss Larry. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. This one. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. Timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor? The real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor? This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that this is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshot after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It was the fact that the camera also triggered at 50 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggered the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 a.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Well? Well, the only thing I have... The only thing I have is this. That's the only thing I can think of. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. Yeah, that's it. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just the night before. Okay! So we found the proof. Order! Order! That would make sense to the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50 and another 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember it. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgewood's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. Fair enough. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Wright? But the testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Just. So, you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Grand Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on the lake. That was shown in the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I mean, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Well, Edgeworth and the murderer. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because if it was Edgeworth, the murderer and Hammond, because it was taken 15 minutes after, but then there was nobody on the boat. This is the only thing that makes sense. That worked. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make out of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right. It's... No. Well, it wasn't Miles Edgeworth, and Lotta wasn't even there. We're trying to prevent Edgeworth from killing him, from getting the guilty verdict. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Boom! The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have gone all the way out of the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Oh. It would have had to be near the boat shop. It would have to be near or in front of the boat shop because then he would have just been able to push him out into the lake. That works. Here, of course. The boat shop, where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Ah, we're winning this. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got on the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in that boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. And somebody say something! Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker. Quickly! Well, this is going to be interesting. We have to get him to confess now. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Hi, Edgeworth. How you doing? Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright had said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he heard something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir? Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask you to remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quick! We can't allow him to get away. Ah, no. He escaped. We need to find him. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Alright. Well, we found out that maybe the guy did... Well, the guy clearly did do it. That much has been made obvious, but the question is, where did he go? He could have just played a foolish old man the whole time, and nobody would have known the wiser. Yay, Nick, you did it. Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under the guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Ron Carver didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Okay. Did Edgeworth kill somebody? I certainly hope not. I really hope not. Alright. Well, we've got to finish up the investigation to find out what happens next time. Yeah, I'm going to try and make this a weekly series again. Because I liked playing it, and I want to try and make it a weekly series again. I kind of fell out of rhythm with it, and then I had a bunch of things I needed to take care of. I'm trying to make this a weekly series again. And clearly some people are looking forward to that because a couple of people have indeed watched it, the last episode. So, yeah, I'm going to try and make this a weekly series again. I'm going to go until I finish it, hopefully. But for right now, I am just going to have to leave the episode here, and I will continue with this. I am going to finish this. I'm going to finish this entire trilogy. Mark my words, I will finish it, no matter how long it takes me. But for right now, gonna leave it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, be sure to check out my Patreon description below as well if you want to help support the show. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it really helps me out, so I would definitely appreciate it if you did that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!